Hi everyone, this is Dr. Anirudh Vutukuri, and I have secured rank 2 in the recently conducted May INI-CET 2023. So, I'll be answering your questions regarding how to approach an exam. So, please post your questions in order to get them cleared. So, uh, we have already received certain questions on the Instagram. Uh, So there was this question that Mr. Ajay has asked. So Mr. Ajay has asked me like what was my study plan. So ha, so hi Bhavya, hi Patel, hi Mr. Ariji, hi Mr. Samil. Thank you for being here. I hope I'll be useful to you guys. Okay. So coming to the question, Mr. Ajay has asked me that what was my study plan. So I had started preparing for the INI-CET examination after the November INI-CET. So I had appeared for the November INI-CET, and after that I thought that I should prepare for the November INI-CET. I mean the May INI-CET from November. So after that I started preparing for the November INI-CET. Sorry, May INI-CET. So I thought that I should revise 3 times before the May INI-CET. So I planned that I should give my reading in the first 3 months, first reading, then second reading in the next 2 months, and then the third reading in the next 1 month. And then I thought of revising the volatile topics and the topics which were, very important in the last 10 days. So that was my plan. So I had followed that, and that has fetched me the result. So, and I used to study around 8 to 10 hours a day after my internship. So I finished my internship in January. Okay. Hi, Dr. Sapna. Hi, Dr. GV. And hi, Dr. Anisur. Thank you for being here. Please post your questions on the chat. Hope I'll be able to answer them. So, Miss Arham has asked that जो पढ़ रहे हैं कुछ याद नहीं रहता. So she is currently, Miss Arham is preparing for FMGE. So her problem is that she is not able to cross 150 score on the GT, irrespective of how hard she prepares. So Miss Arham, the thing is that while giving the GT, it's not about uh, writing the GT and just analyzing question and answer. So there are definitely, so if you suppose you have given a prep GT, so there are analytics after the exam which you will be seeing, like you will be compared to the top 100 rankers or the top 500 rankers, and just see the analytics and find out which subject you are weak in. So let's say for example you are weak in ophthalmology, so just try to focus more on ophthalmology and just try to focus more on the high yield topics in ophthalmology. So I think that would improve your score dramatically. Okay. The next question is that Dr. Srusti has asked on around how many questions need to be correct to get a rank within 500 in INI-CET. So in INI-CET, so you need not score like let's say 180 questions or 170 questions like NEET PG. So in INI-CET, there are questions in which uh, certain questions will not be known to anyone. Those questions are totally new, or they are like recent updates which are known to only faculties, consultants. So around, if you solve 160 questions correct, you will get in the top 50s, and if you solve around 140 questions correct, I think you pretty much sure that you'll be in the top 500 ranks. Yeah. So Miss Bhavya, Dr. Bhavya Patel vlogs has asked the question: does 8 months uh, is 8 months enough for NEET PG preparation? Yeah, Bhavya, NEET PG preparation 8 months is enough if you know what to focus on and how to go about it. And if you practice enough GTs, enough grant tests, and focus more on the high yield topics, I think you can crack NEET PG within 8 months. So And Mr. Dr. Mahesh Jagtap has asked the question ki when we have to start attempting mock tests. So Mahesh, the thing is that what I did was I had given a reading of all the notes before starting mock tests. So after the first reading, I started giving mock tests. So after the first reading, as I started giving mock tests, I kind of knew where my difficulties were, where my deficits were, which subject I was difficult in. So I would suggest that you should give your mock test just after your first reading. So in that way, you can get a grasp of high yield topics or frequently asked topics. So in any exam, no matter what it's, be it NEET PG or INI-CET, there are certain topics which are pretty much focused on by the examiners, be it NEET PG or INI-CET. And doing high yield topics perfectly will help you get an edge over others. Yeah. So Dr. Arijit Golu has asked, after watching PrepLadder revision videos and making notes of it, if I add PYQ over that, will that be enough for top 5K rank? So do I have to watch the main videos for PYQ topics? So Arijit, I think this question asked by Arijit, it depends on how much time you have before the exam. So let's say you have 12 months before the exam. So I would suggest you to watch the PrepLadder main videos. So in order to get concepts. So let's say you have only 2 months now. Just now you have finished internship and you have not made any notes, or you have not attended anything, or you have not started preparation for the NEET PG. But you wanted to give an attempt. I would suggest, if you just have 2 months, you can just quickly go through the revision notes, which are very concise and crisp. Definitely, revision notes cover the high yield topics and they are very concise and crisp. But it depends upon how much time you have. So if you have only 2 months, I would suggest you go for PYQs and revision videos, or 3 months for that matter. If you have like 12 months, then I would suggest you should start watching the videos, have a good first reading, know where all the topics are, and then from the second reading, start focusing on high yield topics. Okay. Dr. Sapna Thakur has asked the question, if I'm using a single app completely for my preparation, will that be enough? So Sapna, what I used to do was, there are a lot of sources in the market. So what I used to do was, I used to stick to one source mainly, and I used to revise it multiple times. So revising it multiple times, it would give you the memory, the place memory. So because of that, I think you would be able to recall fast, rather than confusing with many sources. I would stick to one source. That would be my suggestion. So there was one question asked by Dr. Asif, that should I start my preparation for NEET PG in the first year? So I would suggest that not to start preparation for NEET PG in the first year, because second year, although they are non-clinical, they are your stepping stones for cracking clinical subjects. Because as you can see now, like half of medicine is pathology, and a lot of pharmacology is applied in medicine. So I think you should go for standard textbooks in the second year, and after that, as you come close to the examination, like in third, fourth year, you can take a coaching app, which is definitely helpful. But yeah. Mr. Faisal Ahmad has congratulated me. No, thank you, bhai. So, Mr. Krishna Singh has asked, hello, sir, how can I study medicine in final year considering vastness and upcoming competitive exam? So, I know, I have faced the same problem, Mr. Krishna Singh. So, medicine is like very vast. There is no end to it, medicine. So, I think you should focus more on the high yield topics, and then, do the PYQs, write a list of all the PYQ topics, and try to focus on the revision notes more. So because there is you can allot only less time to a subject. So if you keep on doing medicine, I think there is no end to it, and you will be reading only medicine before the exam. So try to focus on the high yield topics in medicine, because com- compared to remaining subjects in medicine, they will be asking only the high yield topics, like most probably. Because so as you can see, there is this question in which SIADH will be asked every year almost in NEET PG, and every year there are two questions from ECG, or and one question from AVG in the INI-CET examination. So these questions now, medicine, you should focus more on the high yield topics and try to revise more. I think that would help, rather than you know trying to cover a lot of topics in which you haven't consolidated your uh, revision. So, Mr. Pasula Suresh has asked on how to complete strategy on cracking NEET PG. So, Mr. Pasula Suresh, so I think you should focus more on the concepts, and give a good first reading, then try to give mock test. And so, giving mock tests, you should not focus too much on the rank. You should just focus on what topics I am having difficulty in, and what are my weak topics in comparison to the remaining, remaining people. So, and try to revise more. I think one thing I would like to emphasize is that NEET PG or INI-CET, any entrance exam for that matter, it's a game of revision. It is a game of revision. You should plan your revisions well, rather than covering new topics every day, every month, or just before 10 days you are starting to read new topics. That would be more counterproductive rather than helping you out. So consolidate on all the topics, and focus more on the high yield topics. So, Mr. Baj Singh Diora has asked, what's the one thing we should continue doing that will be helpful for INA or FMGE exam according to your view? So, be it any exam, Baj Singh Diora, so you should do PYQs. You should do PYQs, and you should make a list of frequently asked topics, because there are 19 subjects, and the capacity of each person is, I think, very limited. You can't read everything, every textbook, every book on the market for all the 19 subjects. It's gonna be very hard. So I think the thing which everyone must do, for the NEET PG or INI-CET, must be PYQs. You should focus more on the PYQs, because around 50 to 60% of the paper will be from the related questions or related topics only. So that way, na, if you after going into the exam also, you will have a lot of time. You'd solve these questions very fast, and you'll be having a lot of time left for the remaining questions also. So that would be really helpful also. So, Dr. Motukuri Satyapriya has asked one question. Sir, I got 9,000 this May, 9,000 rank in this May. I want to get a top 100 rank in this November, please. Can you suggest, according to you, what is the few must do daily routine which I should not miss at any cost? Please do reply, sir. Okay. Dr. Satyapriya. So I think what you should do now is, I think you must have given a single reading. So now what you should do is try to consolidate your first reading. So I would suggest do the Q bank. So let's say there's a frequently asked topic. Let's say primary amenorrhea will be asked every year in NEET PG. So go to the Q bank, and go to the primary amenorrhea topic. So try to solve questions on the Q bank from the primary amenorrhea topic. That way, you will know which uh, am I really perfect in this topic, and or I'm still missing some topic, some concepts from this topic. So and read the explanations. Try to find the correct answer and try to read why the other options are incorrect. So that way, you can improve your MCQ solving skills. So I would suggest that everyone must do 50 to 100 questions every day for the MCQ practice. In this way, you will stay in the exam mode, and you'll be well versed in solving MCQs. Like you would improve your speed in solving MCQs, and yeah, that's about it. So, Dr. Bhavani Singh has asked, Sir, how can I crack INI-CET November 2023 if I started studying from May 1? Please, sir, guide me. So, I'm in confusion between RR notes and May notes. So, Dr. Bhavani Singh, I think the November INI-CET is going to be in the first week of November, if I'm not wrong. And you have a good, ample amount of time. So, you have like 6 months from now. So, I would suggest that you will stick with one source from now, because reading from multiple sources is going to be confusing, and you can't bring it all together at one point, and it's going to be confusing also for you, and there are a lot of sources. It's going to be hard for you to revise from so many sources also. So stick with one source, trust the teachers, and trust in yourself first of all, because if you think that you can crack it, you'll crack it definitely. So, and uh, if you are in confusion between RR notes and main notes, now that you have 6 months, so I think you start with main notes. Try to complete the main notes within the first 2.5, 3 months, or maybe 3.5 months, and then start revision of the revision by using RR notes, and then you can swing back forth between the main notes and the RR notes. Okay. Mm, so one person has asked, okay, I just started studying for FMG for just now, and what to do in these 72 days, sir. So, to be frank, I don't have any idea about FMG, but I would suggest that reading the last 5 years PYQs, and then trying to read the surrounding topics. And suppose you have done the PYQ, try to see the explanation, try to see the active guidance of the topic. Like they must have put some words in bold, which help you in recalling the topic. So, and try to see the treasures of the topic. Okay. And I think that would drastically improve your rank. See, I had got rank 433 in NEET PG, which happened in March. So after that, I focused more on the high yield topics, and then I tried to read those topics multiple times. So I had done the revision of those topics for 2 times after that. So I think that helped me a lot in improving my rank from 433 to top 100 in INI-CET. So Dr. Nikhil Chowdhury has asked me, how many questions have you attempted? So Dr. Nikhil, so I had attempted around 192 questions in the paper. So, and uh, if you, so there is negative marking, but the thing is that I had attempted questions in which I was not able to even eliminate two. I was able to eliminate two options. So between two options, I had taken an educated guess. So that was my strategy in the exam. So Dr. Arti Verma has asked the question that, sir, I am intern. How should I prepare for NEET 2024? So Dr. Arti, I know the constraints of an intern preparing for NEET PG. So one thing which helped me was I tried to do the question bank just after finishing the video or just after finishing the notes. I tried to do the Q bank. That way, it had helped me consolidate the topic and consolidate the concept, and it had helped me, to differentiate between the intricacies. So I would suggest that you can start directly doing the Q bank and start reading the explanation. So the the explanations are actually good for the MCQ. You can see the active treasure under it, or you can see the guidance under it. You can see the highlighted words under it, and try to remember, make a short notes out of it, and try to revise it. Revision is very important. Okay. Dr. Vaibhav Khandelwal has asked, my notes are 4 years old and now I have severe FOMO of my notes being old. So, Dr. Vaibhav, definitely there are going to be changes between the notes in the new editions rather than the previous editions, because there are a lot of new topics which are being added, which there are new topics which are being asked in the exam. So that way, you might you might miss out on some topics. But the thing is that if you had finished one note, the basic concepts are there for you. Like you are, you know, you have already studied those concepts. So these things are going to be an add-on for you. It's not going to be completely different, but definitely there are going to be extra things, like there are recent updates or something like that. Yeah. So Dr. Deepankar Das had asked me, Anirudh, which test and discussion you followed. So I had done prep tests and I had done a mock test also. So in that, my rank was around top 100. To be exact, I was around 85, something like that. Yeah. Hi, Doctor. Hi, Dr. Srimati. Hi, Dr. GV. Hi, Dr. Vinit Rai. Hi, Dr. Rishabh. Thank you for being here. Please post your questions, to get answers for those. So Dr. Srimati Subramanian has asked, sir, I am in second year MBBS. How to start my NEET exam preparation? Please tell me a good guidance to begin. So actually, Dr. Srimati, I had taken the subscription of the app from my third year. So before that, I had followed the standard textbooks and stuck to writing the professional examinations. So according to me, I would suggest that you take your coaching app or whatever it is, coaching notes from third year, and focus more on the standard textbooks in the first and second years, because that is gonna build your concepts in NIT physio, because these are the stepping stones for medicine or whatever third and fourth year subjects are. Yeah, Dr. HR has asked, sir, I got a rank of 4,000 in this INI-CET. Can you explain the way ahead for November INI-CET? I have done mainly the rapid revision notes for this INI-CET. So, Dr. HR, I think you should revise the rapid revision notes more and more, and try to do the main notes once, and try to write short notes or make short notes out of it, or write the volatile topics at a single place, because that way these notes are going to be these tiny notes, they are going to be useful just before the exam, because no one can remember all the volatile topics. So those tiny notes, make those tiny notes, try to revise them more. Okay. uh, so Dr. Anisur Rahman has asked, PrepLadder RR videos plus RR notes plus snapshot plus all PYQs of 5 years plus first aid. So is November INI-CET crackable because of all these things? So I think this should be more than enough. But the thing is that you should revise all of this. But if you just give one reading of this and go to the exam, definitely this is not going to be enough. All of this, like PrepLadder revision videos, revision notes, and snapshot, and all PYQs of INI-CET, FMG, and NEET, and first aid. All of this, I think, it's more than enough for getting a top 500, top 100 rank in the INI-CET. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Dr. Manaswini Mittal has asked me the question. Hi, sir. Should I should one read the standard textbooks of previous year subjects like first and second year in the fourth year if they feel their concepts are lacking? So, or should they focus be on the fourth year subjects and hands full with the final year subjects only? So, reading all the textbooks of the final year subjects would be, a big task for you. You can't do first year and second year ka textbooks in the final year. So I think you should use more of QBank and try to watch the videos of the topics which you are not comfortable with or which you think that you are lacking in. So that would be really helpful. And you can also see the revision videos because compared to the main notes, revision videos are like there are going to be only 13 or 14 revision videos. So I think if you sit for 3-4 days at a stretch, you can simultaneously study and watch the revision videos. Yeah. So Dr. Shafali Agarwal has asked me, have you read for first aid USMLE? So I hadn't prepared for the USMLE exam. So Dr. Mugundan Balaji has Dr. Mukundan Balaji has asked, how many hours did you put daily for serious study? Okay, I had after the internship, I had put around 8 to 10 hours every day for the INI-CET preparation. So Dr. Shashank has asked me the question, what top 3 branches you had in your mind while prepared for INI-CET? So Dr. Shashank, I had general medicine in my mind, which is my which I wanted to join now, and I also had radio and ophthalmology in my mind. So thank you everyone for coming and attending the session and posting these questions. I really think I was helpful. I really hope I'm helpful. Uh, Thank you, and PrepLadder will come up with a similar session. And stay tuned. Thank you, guys.